Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Closure. Closure is a platformer of sorts from a company called Eyebrow. They released this back on PlayStation Network in March, and it has recently come to Steam. It is an intriguing and somewhat creepy game that uses one simple principle. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. Let's have a quick look at the options menu and see if they exist. Not a huge amount, as you can see. At least you can customize your volume levels individually, which I always like. I hate it just being one volume slider. Sometimes I like the music, especially in a game like this, to be much, much louder than the sound effects. Customized controls is available, and is inexplicably not working for God knows what reason. Ah, there we go. Now, for some reason this is default bound to gamepad, which is really, really odd considering the tutorial shows you it on the keyboard. Really curious. I'm not really sure why that is. Kind of annoying, but not, I suppose, a big deal. Okay. Let us roll on in and find out what's going on with Closure. Okay, so you are this spider thing. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. It's either Batman in a spider costume or a spider in a Batman costume. One of the two. Now, as you can very clearly see, the graphic style is monochrome. It's black and white. And that's pretty much about it. And you remember that principle I was talking about earlier? If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. Well, if I can't see the ground, it isn't there. So just bear that in mind. Something to consider. So the principle of it is you have to traverse the levels by using the light sources which are on the level. Now, if I were to continue to walk here, then I mean, that seems okay. I could put that in there. But, of course, if I go back there, I'm going to fall off the level. So not ideal. What we can do, however, is maybe put that one here, and then sort of leapfrog them along, pop that one in there, and then grab the other one, which will allow us to go in this direction, pop it in the other one, which will open the door, and there you go. Now, anyone that screams, "Oh, it's like Limbo!" Shut up. Graphically, it's not even like Limbo. That's the weird thing about it. This is true monochrome. Limbo was grayscale. This is actually legitimately monochrome. It is white and black. That is it. Two colors are being used in this, which is really quite impressive to say the least. And am I going to survive? Am I going to survive? Yes, I can. Remember, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. So, if your little light orb is moving along like that, then you best be following it, because otherwise you will die. Now, you can... Ah, God, yeah, like that. You can walk into the black, but... you do at least need part of your body to be visible. So... it's a bit interesting to say the least. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, this looks an awful lot like a Flash game that I know. So, well, it should do, considering that's actually where it came from. They developed this in the first place for Flash and then made a full game out of it. Alright, saw them along there. The music is really quite tense. In fact, the entire game is tense, considering it is essentially a puzzle platformer of sorts. It is hyper creepy, to say the least. Very atmospheric indeed. Now, as you might imagine, later on in the game, this is all about light manipulation and making sure that the areas that you need to be lit are actually lit. It is based on a hub world. Looks like we can go swimming if we like. Exactly what I'm going to go do. I assume I don't drown in the water. I don't see any evidence of that being the case, but hey, we're going to go have a look and look around the environments. I've got to say, there's a shocking amount of detail in the environments, considering it's black and white. I'm trying to think if that's actually true, because I keep saying, oh, it's monochrome, it's not grayscale, and I am actually seeing some areas that do look to be grayscale now. It could be, of course, be a trick of the light, but I would say one way or the other that the art style is clearly not the same as Limbo, and the game mechanics are, of course, entirely different. Alright. Let's make a move along here then, shall we? Up we go. Ah, now there's a light up there. I would imagine perhaps that I could move that. So I'll keep pushing this along and find out where the exit is first before I do... No! So, there is another issue. And you will have to reset the level if you screw up by pressing the R button. The other issue is, these objects that you can move around here, if they can't see it, it doesn't exist. So... if I move away, you'll notice there's a light on here, so this is always going to be here. But if I push this off the side, then we end up in a horrible, horrible situation, do we not? Yes, indeed we do. So I imagine what I'm going to have to do here is push this along, maybe drop that light so that continues... And this is the things you forget. I think you've got to unlearn the basics of platforming here. So, oh, there's no pit there because I just walked across that. Oh, but there is now because there isn't a light source there anymore. So that's a very intriguing thing indeed. Now, I did get a chance to play this and actually interview... What the hell was that? Interview the dev at PAX, but unfortunately they had the PlayStation version there, so we had to film via cam, and with this white and black contrast, it looked dreadful. Seriously, it was unbelievable. It's almost like the character's laughing at me for my ineptitude. It was unwatchable, trust me. It's a really weird-looking game, and as a result, it just doesn't film well. So I said, you know what? Screw it. Let's just make another video of it. Why did I jump again? Why? Let's just make another video of it. And you know what? It's probably going to end up being absolutely disastrous as a direct result of that. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I had the developer with me last time, so everything was wonderful and fine. And let's have a quick leap over here and probably not die. Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you for allowing that to happen. I would think perhaps that maybe I just bring this along and maybe I can then jump over it. Yeah, it's nice and simple. There is a hub world in this game, by the way, and the story, well, the guys who developed the game didn't want to spoil it at all, so they said, there is a story, you do discover that throughout the game, but we're not telling you. So they were actually surprisingly tight-lipped about pretty much everything. I think they just wanted to watch me suffer. That tends to be the way of things when it comes to puzzle platform or puzzle game devs in general. It's like, hey, play our game so we can laugh at you. Yep, that's it. That's how it works, but... At the end of the day, I do want to try and cover as many great games as possible, and for some reason, indies like to create puzzle platformers, and I actually asked the Closure guys, why is it that indie game devs develop so many puzzle platformers? And the answer is because puzzle platformers can be built around a single mechanic, and that mechanic can become the linchpin of the entire game, and it's very difficult to do that with other types of games. So puzzle platformers are, as a result, extremely popular. Now, that was a very intriguing answer that I didn't really realize. Like, you come up with a cool idea, you can build your entire game around it if it's a puzzle platformer. But if it's not, it doesn't quite work out so well. Alright, I'm going to take this over here, there we go, we can unlock that and break our way through there. Animation quality is really nice, and it's a very odd-looking game, to say the least. It's got a very unique graphic style. Okay, it looks like we're doing some light work here, okay. So I would imagine that if I move this over here, then, well, the dark becomes unpleasant. So let's have a look and... Can I actually just walk that? Maybe I can. I might have to point under the light over there. No, no, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. Remember, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. If I cannot see it, it does not exist, damn it. Alright, well, let's point this over here first, and then point the other light in the other direction, and try not to overthink this particular area. So... that's blocking that, so I won't be able to create a full amount of light over there, but I can use that other light to point in that direction. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, yes. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. Gotta remember that. Otherwise, you will die a horrible, painful death. Let's twist this around here, and then we should just be able to hop onto here. And then, oh, with a pit, and in we go. Very nice, very nice. There. Some nice puzzles involved in this. There is actually apparently some shooting going on somewhere in the game. I don't really know how that works. I haven't seen that in the game as of yet. At the moment, it's just carrying objects around, so it must be part of the puzzle solving. I don't know if there are any legitimate enemies in it, but I guess we'll find out as we continue to go forward. Thank you very much for that achievement. It's like, hey, you don't... I died on the hub level. I died on the hub level. Oh, that is a special kind of terrible. Alright, don't drop it, you noob. There we go. Alright, here we go, the hub level. I guess I can probably go to any of these. Let's go to the one at the end, because truly this will not result in horrible things happening. There we go, Beyond the Veil. Oh, good lord. It's slightly annoying that you have to carry the light around even on the hub levels. Is that absolutely necessary? I guess maybe they're a little bit worried that you might forget. What the hell? I guess I'm wearing a mask now. Okay. A little bit of Majora's going on here. I can't explain that in any way, shape, or form. I do wonder. Well, it seems inside a girl's bedroom at the moment, for whatever reason. Down the stairs we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. So I'll pop that in there. Stay on target. And then I guess you have to jump off there. Alright. I think I may have jumped forward just a little bit too much for my skill level, but it'll be interesting to have a look at it regardless. Where did the cool music go? It's really rather odd that they would not have that going on at the moment. Now, I would hope that this will actually come back. Thank you. Onto the top. Thank you. Wonderful. Alright, I figured it out. I don't feel quite so dumb. And then instantly get stuck on this spot. What on earth is going on here? Well, I guess I need to get to the other side. Thinking, is there a place around here that I could possibly put this light that would make any sense? Oh! If you can't see it, it doesn't exist! That's not a real wall! At least it isn't when I don't shine any light on it. Yes. Very clever, very clever. I have no idea what that fire hydrant is or why it's in my house, but it scares the hell out of me. Really crazy stuff going on in this game. Really, really odd. And the music is great. The soundtrack is just absolutely stunning. Really well written. Very much something that contributes to the ambience of the game, and I would highly recommend that you leave it on and not put on a bunch of dubstep. Because as creepy and terrible as dubstep is, it's not quite appropriate for this kind of game. No real question about that. On we go. I guess that actually is the exit. I want to look over here just in case, though. Kind of twisted fairground nonsense going on over here. It's certainly very interesting. I guess that's the main thing. Well, I managed to get past one of the more advanced levels. Truly, I feel special now. Alright, what have we got? Okay, so that's where that is. If I cannot see it, it does not exist. Well, it doesn't make a... I was going to say, it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to point it anywhere else, because I have a little light ball here. But I would imagine that I can't get through here as a result of the light. So perhaps if I adjust it so that, once again, if I cannot see it, it does not exist. Maybe there's a specific place that I can put it which will allow me to make the jump through. Almost. Once again. Oh. Yes, I do need to consider that, though. Maybe there's a specific angle, because I need the... It's like I need the other side to be shown. Or is there a way over there? I don't know. I am... Hello. Is that balloon there for any specific reason? Does it refract the light in some way? Interesting, interesting. You see, now I'm clearly in an area that is far too advanced for my level of thinking. I've not played enough of it. Oh, hello. That... Aha, aha. Aha. Okay. I guess I thought I'd figured it out. Oh. I think I see now. I guess what I need to do is change the way the light is angled. I can put this up here so I can at least show the platform. Change the way the light is angled so that this exists, and then I just fall down onto it. That's where the platform ends, and then I could just fall on down onto that, right? That would make sense. Let's give it another bash. Up we go, up we go. I'll tell you, we get so many puzzle platformers, but I can't fail to be impressed every now and again just by the sheer level of creativity that's been put into a lot of these things. Some really smart ideas. And a good tip, I suppose, for budding game designers, if you build your game around a single mechanic and concept and make that mechanic and concept really strong, then you can make an entire game based upon that. And it's not only simpler, but you get bollocks. But you get a more refined product. You don't necessarily get bollocks. It depends how bad your game is. Maybe you do get bollocks. Who knows? Put it up. It's okay. Is that good enough? Why didn't you jump? Why did you not jump? I was going to make comments about the controls. The controls are actually absolutely fine, aside from that annoying fact that they seem to be bound for pads at the start, even though the tutorial actually shows you the proper ones. It's fine. I also have this funny feeling that... Oh, I can keep going. Alright, light is being refracted down here. Some creepy imagery in the background, though. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Don't like that. Not at all. As you can see... Wow! Is that absolutely necessary, game? I guess it is. Humdy-hum. And now I'm getting stuck again, as you might imagine. But whatever the case, it's definitely what I would class as a very strong title. It did reasonably well on PlayStation, as far as I'm aware. It really should be doing better than it is on Steam. I think it was released on Steam without any real fanfare and didn't get a lot of attention, which is a shame because, again, it has a great soundtrack, which is a huge plus, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to games like this. They're looking to create an atmospheric experience. I would imagine if I shine it along here and then maybe head back, that might work. Perhaps. We'll give it a shot. There we go. Hop on here, head on back, see what happens. Anyway, yeah, they're trying to create an atmospheric experience, and they have succeeded in doing so. The music is a key part of that, as is, of course, the aesthetic. And the fact that it is just insanely creepy the entire way through. I think I know what I'm doing now. If I cannot see it, it does not exist. I'm such an idiot. Whatever the case, folks, you should be having a look at this. This is Eyebrow's Closure. Well worth a look. As for the price, this game will set you back $8.99, £6.29, or €8.99. A bit unfortunate for the Europeans, to say the least, otherwise a fairly good price all round. My name is Totalbiscuit, and I shall see you next time.